Joining us this morning is senior markets analyst, writer at Barron's, Paul LaMonica. Paul, always good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How you doing?
Good, good. So let's first talk about the news that broke just a little while ago. Netflix winning the bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery. Bring us up to speed on this deal. Bring us up to speed. I guess I would ask you first to set the scene. Where were we, let's say, a week ago heading into this with all the players that were sort of vying for this jewel of entertainment? And how did we end up where we are today?
Yeah, it's a bit complicated because there apparently were several players looking to buy parts of Warner Brothers Discovery or the whole company. So remember, Warner Bros. Discovery also owns HBO. In addition to HBO, owns CNN, TNT Sports. What is going to happen is that Netflix wants the streaming studio assets. Think of HBO, HBO Max. They don't want CNN, TNT. So the plan is for Discovery to still be spun off as a separate company. Netflix would buy the Warner Brothers assets, but there were competing bids. Comcast supposedly had an offer for the streaming operations as well. And your parent company, Paramount Skydance, apparently put in a bid for the entire Warner Brothers Discovery operation, which would have included CNN and TNT Sports. So could Paramount or another bidder come in with a better offer and try and outbid Netflix? Will they just look to maybe buy the Discovery assets so that there's really nothing left as of Warner Brothers Discovery as an independent company? That I think remains to be seen. There's still a lot of time left before this deal will close, and there's also the fact of will Washington regulators approve of this deal or not? We're already seeing some reports of some skepticism about this deal because it does lead to further media consolidation.
Yeah. So the question that I have is, will Discovery then exist as its own company, which is what they're doing? They're spinning it off. But can it survive on its own? Or will somebody be interested in buying that piece once it's spun off? And yeah, can you describe some of the regulatory hurdles that might exist? Because people may not understand exactly. I mean, Netflix is a streamer. They don't have an FCC license. They're not a broadcast channel the way CBS is. So you presumably wouldn't have a conflict in the way that you might have, for example, if Comcast were to make a bid for this. But what regulatory issues could they face?
Yeah, I think it is possible that other agencies like the Department of Justice, maybe the FTC, could take a hardline stance on the deal, even if it's not something that would technically be part of an FCC approval process. But I think there are a lot of questions that remain because we still don't know if there is going to be another bid that comes in that's higher than the Netflix one that could put all of this in flux. And I think it does go without saying that there would be more regulatory scrutiny probably if Comcast or Paramount were to buy or look to buy the Warner Brothers assets, because they are traditional legacy media businesses like Warner Brothers Discovery. But again, I think Netflix probably has the upper hand because it's in such a position of strength as the kind of unavowed leader in streaming right now.
And Paul, what's the future for Discovery then?
If Discovery were to get spun off, that company would be much smaller. Wall Street might like the fact that it's more nimble and focused, and maybe it does some deals of its own. But I think that there is also the possibility that it could eventually get scooped up and become yet part of another larger media operation down the road.
Yeah, that's what I think a lot of the smart money is betting. Paul LaMonica, always great to have you on a Friday, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.